Hi, Em. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Claire. Hi, Mindy. Hi, Laura. Hi, Miss Kisa. Hi, Amber. Hi, Holly. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
This meeting is being recorded.
Oh my God. Over here. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Missy.
girl,
Hi, Anthony. Hi, Angela. Hi, Kirsten. Hi, Desiree. All right, you're right, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for our team call tonight. And I am going to first share with you that I'm pulling up the recognition. I don't ever get sick. This little cold and I'm like such a baby about it. So if I mute and I'm sneezing or I'm blowing my nose, that's because I'm trying to save you guys from the nasties over here. But I am so excited about tonight's team call. You guys, you are going to learn from some shakers and some movers and some people that are more experienced and some people that are brand new, because all I know is success leaves clues. And the best way to learn in this business is to model what someone else is doing. You know, if someone else has something that's working and we can all adapt it and we can all grow, that's amazing. So here's what I want to do before I tell you about this recognition. We have about half the people on that are normally on. Give a couple teammates a little nudge and be like, what are you doing? Get on the team call. It's going to be amazing. Okay. Give a little people just a little kick in the butt to pop on here, because I do not want them to miss this amazing, amazing information. But I am first going to start with team wins recognition, you guys. So put these applause hands together. I want you to blow up the chat with smiley faces and high fives and all of that if you can. Team win, Crystal Managers, Jennie Peralt, Melinda Short, and Brandy Burgess. Amazing, amazing job. Top Enrollers, Charlesy Allen, 10 enrollments. What's up? Nikki Rimpel, 9 enrollments. Jennifer Bjorndal, 6 enrollments. Ann White, 6 enrollments. Carla Amichand, 5 enrollments. Michael Hilsner, 4 enrollments. Saad Hauk, 3 enrollments. You guys, all of these are 3 enrollments. Carrie Exley, Michelle Renee Hammond, Anna Andreassian, Pam Lackley, Anna Adstinskin, Athea Boucher, Holly Kirsch, Janelle Kelly, Angie Bullock, Deb King, Misty Bankhead, and Lauren Laxon. Oh my goodness, you guys are absolutely amazing, 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 amazing. Congratulations, you guys. And I will tell you, I apologize for any names that I'm butchering. But what's so fun about that is not all the new names, because you see just the constant growth of who's sharing in Team Win, but also so many of the existing names that they are still doing the do, you guys, that they didn't ever just stop, that they're still excited, they're still passionate, and they are still leading the way. So you guys, I'm going to do this in a little bit of reverse order because I've got some fun, excitement people to celebrate tonight. But let's start with Dreamers and Actions. Top enrollers. Number 1, Jennie Thompson, mamas. Number 2, actually they're tied, 1 and 2, Jennie Thompson and Sheila Sands. Right on their tails is Angela Godber and Emily Sutherland, Laura Laurie, Michelle Mitchell, Charlene, Jessica, Carolyn Wentz, Amanda Dubin, Kisa Maxwell, Krista Meikle, Kathy Durnick, Cynthia Doyle, Amber Evans, Stephanie Dunn, Donna Dickman, Blair Lego, Alyssa Wildcup, Ann Sandoval, Jeannie Ramos, Gina Kalinsky, Andrew Hunt, all top enrollers. You guys, every time I opened up ISOPulse last week, I'm like, who are these people? Which is so fun and so exciting, because that is a bunch of brand new people falling in love with our elixirs and jumping in with these systems. Brand new consultants, Donna Dickman, Amber Evans, Cynthia Doyle, Blair Lego, Diana Schwinghammer, Amanda Dubin, Charlene Lucera, Elisa Welkup, Ann Sandoval, Jean Ramos, Gina Robolino, and Andrew Huante. You guys, it gets better and better. We have 2 brand new crystal managers, Jessica Lucia and Michelle Mitchell. You guys are incredible. We had numerous people hit the 5-cycle bonus: Claire Eby, Sheila Sands, Kathy Durnick, and Angela Godber. We have a brand new director, Sheila Sands, a brand new crystal director, Kathy Durnick. We have 2 brand new 1-stars. Angela Godber is a 1-star golden circle. Sheila Sands is a 1-star silver circle. And we have a new 6-figure income earner in the house, 3-star golden circle, Miss Emily Sutherland. You guys are amazing. So I said tonight, people want to know what you're up to. They want to learn. They want to hear from you. They want to, like, you know, get the ins and outs. And so I've given them a little bit of a heads up. We're going to do a little bit of an interview style. I'm going to have them one at a time, just kind of share a little bit about, you know, what they did and how we made this happen. And before I bring out our first speaker, I just want to tell you guys that I truly, truly, in my whole heart, every cell in my body, I believe that the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. And I mean this with your effort and your energy, and I mean it with your stretch goals. So if I sat here and I just told them all, like, go do this, you can do that, have an event, do your messages, do your posts, and I'm not doing anything, people are not going to work. Because even though I'm saying one thing, in their head, subconsciously and consciously, they're like, well, she doesn't post and she makes a lot of money, or she hasn't done an event and she makes a lot of money, or she's not doing these text threads and she has a lot of enrollments. Like, you have to be in the trenches and you have to do this with your brand new people, and you have to keep paving the way, okay? The second is, I remember going to an Eric Worre event. For those of you that don't know him, he's the author of GoPro. And he said, I want you to write down the amount of money that you think you can make in this year. And everybody wrote number down on the page. And then he said, okay, now double it. And it was like, right? Like, this whole room was like, what? You know, like, what do you mean double it? And he said, this is the stretch goal. Whatever number you wrote down, you knew you could do that if you really applied yourself, right? Because we're wired to do what we know we're capable of and what we're comfortable with. But that stretch goal, he said, even if you don't hit it, you're going to surpass the regular goal. So if you wrote down you want to make $100,000 in 2021, right? You might do it. You might make 75, you might make 80 or something. But imagine if you declared, I'm going to make $200,000 in 2021. What if you got to 130? What if you got to 140? You might not see 200, but you're going to fly past the standard goal, right? Because you're stretching yourself. You're getting out of your comfort zone. You're doing more. You're 10xing everything. And so we at Celebration, we got together. I have rank advanced in terms of executives, but not in terms of my cycle growth for a couple of years now. I'm in an inside leg. That there's no bad position in isogenics. It's just the way that it is. And I was like, I'm going to go for it, you know, and I had done the math with my husband and I said, I'm going to push for 6-star, you know, and I said, what's, you know, 600 times 100, you know, and what's 300 times whatever, you know, 150 cycles. And I thought I need 90,000 BV on one side and 40,000 on the other. And I'm like, okay, that's a lot, you know? And I said, but I have a team of like 10,000 people on one side. I need 900 of them to order 100 BV. Like, I can do that. Like, it made sense. Okay, well, there's a reason people stopped ordering, and I have laryngitis for a reason right now, but I set out on this big audacious goal. And even though I came so far off of it, you know, people all week long were like, how's it going? How's it going? And I'm so thankful and grateful for the support. The best part about it is it got our team in massive action, and they stretched themselves and they did things that they probably would not have done before. Some that wanted to make me proud, and some that went, oh shit, if Lauren's going for it, I should go for it. So I asked certain people to double their business, triple their business, like where they're organically sitting at 20 cycles. I'm like, you can go for 40, let's go, right? And some of these people don't have big volume. People that have never cycled more than 1 or 2 times, I'm like, you're hitting 1-star. We can do it. And that recognition, you guys, why I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, it's because we ran together. And it started with those stretch goals, and it started with belief, and it led with accountability, and then playing what I call 5th quarter football. This was not 4th quarter. We were in overtime last night making things happen. So the first gal that I want to introduce to you guys is Angela Godber. You've seen her on our team call. She hit executive in record time. She last night hit the 5-cycle bonus. and the 1-star bonus. We are mapping out, you guys, she had 5 enrollments. 2 of them were value packs. I mean, it's like a $2,000 week with the 5-cycle bonus, the 1-star bonus, her double PIBs. I mean, let alone when the executive pools and everything else comes in, it is bananas. But I wanted her to pop on here and just, Angela, if you can touch a little bit about the belief, what that was like, your journey, what you did, you know, how the roadmap helped you, anything that you think people could take away that they can go this week and go do exactly what you did.
Okay, so I love how you said the thing about Eric War, when it's like, write what you think you can do and then double it, because that's literally what happened to me this week. So at Celebration, I totally I was like, I'm gonna be 1-star crystal executive, but I've also only seen like 2 cycles in my back office. And honestly, I was like, I could just probably do 5, you know, but I'm thinking big here. And so my belief was a little down, but that's where this community steps in and it just takes you to a level, and then you start believing in yourself. And so I got on a call with Lauren and Stephanie, and Lauren was like, how committed are you to 1-star? And I'm like, I'm very committed. I'm committed. Let's do this. And she goes, okay, this is what you do. And so her just saying that and believing in me gave me the strength to do what I accomplished. And I was just able to just hustle. And then I had amazing tea, Phoenix. And then I had an amazing new,
Rocky
sorry,
head.
give me 1 second, hold on.
Mom life.
Okay, sorry. So, and then I have a new crystal manager who just is lighting it up, and she also gave me all the when it's brand new and the excitement's there. So I'm like, we can do this. It's like I drank 5 beers. And so, yes, the belief, the community, and it's all just so encouraging. And without that, I don't know if I would have made 1-star, but because it's there and I'm coachable, coachable is everything. And that's, yeah. Anything you want to add?
I agree that she's super coachable, you guys. And I was on a work call. So we have our power hour Zoom. It's the same all the time, right? And we were logging in and we were working from all over, but just to get on there to send messages, help overcome objections, whatever that is together. And Angela's sponsor, Steph, who I enrolled, was on there, and she's like, I don't know, Angela's not feeling this right now. I was like, text her right now to get on the work at Zoom, right? It was just the 3 of us. We're all unshowering on Saturday morning. I was like, text her right now and get on. And she needed belief, but she needed the roadmap. And for those of you that don't know Go Cycles, work really closely with your sponsor on that. She did hit 6 in the back office, 5 or 6 in the back office, but because of those PIBs of the value packs, it threw her over. You guys, they're huge. It is huge for recognition. It's huge for rank advancing. It's huge for those bonuses, builds belief in your team. But I was like, dude, all you need to do is sell 2 value packs and it's done. And she was like, what? And I was like, quit selling the collagen and go back to the nutrition. You need 2 value packs. And I showed her what the volume in her tree would do and what the Go Cycles were. She goes, oh my gosh, I'm doing this. My aunt will do this. My stepdad will do this. I'll call you right back. And I mean, there was a dramatic switch. But the best part that she shared that I agree completely on, she said she was so on fire with her friend Jessica. She stopped paying attention to her cycles because she was so committed to watching her friend Jessica succeed. And that's really where you thrive. When you lose yourself in the service of others and you become more obsessed with someone else's success, yours is going to come. You will stop watching it because you're focusing on them, and then you go back to it. And when I introduced Sheila and Kathy, you guys are going to hear that story again too, because they were so committed to helping each other that they weren't even realizing what was happening in their own businesses. So Angela, I know you have a fundraiser. Thank you for getting on and pouring out your heart. You guys give her some love because she's amazing. And the next time we have her on this call, she's gonna be a 2-star Golden Circle. So I am so excited to introduce Jessica Lucia, who went crystal manager in 8 days, you guys. I mean, she got enrolled and immediately got her 2 accountability partners. she did a call with Angela and Steph, and they mapped it out for her. And she was like, I'm doing this. And literally, you guys, in just over a week, made over $550 in PIBs, her rank advancement bonus, the consultant development bonus. It's amazing. So Jessica, I would love for you to pop on, unmute, and tell us a little bit about how you saw the vision. Like, what was it that Angela said? What was it that Steph said? You know, how did you first get excited about this? And then what the heck did you do? Because all I knew is every time I opened up Isopulse, Jessica Lucia was enrolling someone and your team was enrolling, and I haven't even had the chance to talk to them yet. So.
I was, well, from the first Zoom meeting that I had, and then even when Angela first introduced me to the product itself, and then she's like, you want to know how to get your money back? I was like, are you serious? And she's like, yeah, all you got to do is enroll 2 people and then have them place an order. And not just about placing the order, but like I was reading videos, or not reading, but like listening to podcasts from Isagenix and like all the science and the knowledge behind it. It's like, it's just, of all the products out there, I feel like Isagenix is like the most like backed up by science, that it makes it like, even going forward, it's just such an easy selling point, like to know all the science behind it. So aside from Angela just pushing me and then me wanting to do everything that I could to help her, it just came easy.
You are amazing. I don't know if you're able to turn on your video at all. I don't know if you realize it's off so people can see you. If not, no
sorry.
worries,
Let me see if I can start video.
I was like, I know that people want to see you. So I love that that Angela first just said, do you want to learn how to get your product paid for? Like she is, and she's like that. You guys have worked so closely with her, and it's so simple. And just like, she's like, can I get this for you for free? Do you want to show you how to get this paid for? You know, whatever. And so I believe you enrolled your mom and your brother, or your boyfriend, right? Is that right, Angela?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And
so
so
the first
my
were mom and boyfriend, and then how did you find these other people and promote them so fast? Like I heard you were at a baby shower. Like were you reaching out? What did that look like?
I had like a last minute like birthday dinner party Saturday, and I wasn't going to go because I wanted to get on like a workout call with Angela. And then my boyfriend tells me, you know, if you go, you could probably get like 2 more, more people to enroll. And I was like, you know what, you're right. So I told him, I was like, let's go home. Let me take a quick shower, get ready, get motivated. And then let me call Angela while I'm getting ready. So I did that. And then sure enough, I went, everybody was already telling me like, you're glowing. And I'm like, really? They're like, yeah, you're glowing. I was like, you want to know why? And then, so one of another family friend was like, she's like, I'm all about taking care of myself. I'm 44 and I will do whatever it takes. I don't care what, what I got to do, how much it costs. She's like, I just want to look young forever. And I was like, well, let me tell you. And then I even took like a few of my own bottles and had her sample it. And sure enough, it was so easy.
Well, I love that. And I will just, you guys, if you're not hearing, first of all, she's excited. People want to be around people that are excited, and the fact that she just had listened to the training on her own. She had belief in this, and she's like, you need this. People trust her. She was coachable, and she saw the money and she just got into massive action. And that's the best way to do it. So we are so proud of you. And I know you're going to hit director. I know you're just a hop, skip, and a jump away, and you're just going to keep going. And we're so, so honored to have you, Miss Jessica. So I'm going to bring out Miss Sheila Sands. You guys hear her on our recognition all the time right now. She's a massage therapist, and her sponsor, Claire, who's on this call, is enrolled by Emily, so you'll just start to see the way that we all drive the line here. But Sheila had an amazing product experience. If you guys have never seen her pictures, you need to go to her wall right now and go look at her pictures and share them with everybody, because they are going viral, because it is incredible. And she's in front of people, and she was enrolling like crazy. And I was telling Emily for months now, I'm like, hold on to that girl. And I was like, all I'm telling you is this girl can recruit, and she's like, she doesn't really want to build the business, and she's full-time in massage. And I was like, I'm just telling you, people that can recruit do this business well. And every time I opened up Isopulse, I looked at the reports, I'm like, this woman's enrolling like 3, 4, 5, 6 people a week. I'm like, hold on to her, show her the compensation plan. And, Emily was like, I don't know if she wants that. I don't want to push her. Then fast forward to right now. I mean, this girl is well on her way to being retired with her husband. She's absolutely in love with this. She's helping so many people. So Sheila, I would love for you to chat just a little bit on maybe where did that switch happen from, I just want to use the products, and if people ask me about it, I'll tell them, to like, you saw this business and you were like, I'm all in. Kind of what did that look like for you? Then I want to know what the heck you did this week, you guys. She too is someone who had only ever cycled a couple times. She had the 5 cycle bonus and 1 star. She was at 10 in the back office, organic 1 star last night. She had 2 consultants last Sunday, 4 new consultants this week, you guys. I mean, to hit director. So I want you to be able to share exactly what you did with everybody. So I'll ask you one more at the end, but if you could touch a little bit on how you saw the vision and what you did, that's what I would love to hear.
Oh, okay. So the vision, how did I see it? I love the product, and I have to be able to love the product first. That's the most important thing, because people can see whether you're excited about something. And when you're not, you know. So when they see it, then they get fired up by that passion. And then of course, once they saw all my results and I was showing them pictures all over the place, it kind of took off from there. And you know, I mean, people are on my table for an hour, 90 minutes, 2 hours. I have a lot of time to talk about collagen, and so they just flock to it. I think it changed for me when I stopped needing to, well, I've already started paying all my doctor bills off from when my husband and I had COVID earlier this year. And that was my main goal. And you know, working a little bit on the business. And originally I had just started with it just to pay off the products, because I really couldn't afford them if I had to pay for them by myself. So the whole thing was to get the products for free. And when Claire told me about that, I thought, well, you know, what the heck? And then of course, when I loved the product, it was really easy to get involved. And then I thought, well, you know, maybe I might be able to pay off my doctor bills. And so I was able to pay off 5 of the 7 doctor bills that I had in 4 months. And ever since then, it's just been, you know, I've had really dry weeks sometimes where I'm not getting anybody or anything. And it's so discouraging. And then you just talk to Emily or Lauren and they build you up and they tell you, you can do this. And we've had the same thing. And we've been able to get past it. And, you know, I mean, my sister, Kathy, who I enrolled after me, she's had a couple bad weeks here and there too. And even if I was down on my own stuff, I'd be there to build her up, because that's what a team does. That's what we do for each other. So I forgot what else you wanted.
I love that. No, you're so good. You guys, honestly, at our celebration, we had a bunch of people in Denver, and I was like, who's going for it? And I'd ask some people to stand up and declare their goals. When I tell you how new they were, I mean, like, where I could be like, I am a crystal director, 1-star silver circle. You know, they're like, I'm a director circle 1. What am I?
What?
You know, I mean, that was like, I mean, how new they were, but it was like, just trust us, just trust us, just trust us. And so one of the things that I worked with Sheila on, because we planned our Blitz week, you guys, this wasn't something we did on the fly. She's on an inside leg. And I'm highlighting this because some of you rank advance more easily because you have team volume. That's a gift. When you're building 2 teams, you deserve all of the recognition on this, okay? And her legs were flipping. It was like, you know, 200 needed on this side, 300 on this side. And it was this constant 1 to 2 cycles. And I said, I need you to pick a team leg right now and put 5 or 10 enrollments over there, and do not go back to the other leg until you have 6,000 volume. You had 6,000 volume divided by 600, that's 10 cycles. I was mapping out that she had banked 1 star there, so then we can make this run and put them on the focus leg. I can't even tell you how many times she's like, why am I doing this? I would be cycling. I'm like, don't worry, we're going to cash out on it all in a couple of weeks. I'm just trying to get you to hold it. And she trusted me, you guys. And she doesn't know me from Sam right now, right? And so now she had all this volume. I was like, it's go time. We've got free shipping. We've got the new elixir. You know, she had 6,000 points mapped on one side. What'd you do? Like, how did you enroll 7 people? How did you create 3 new consultants? Like, tell us exactly what you did.
Well, you know, it's kind of like I just I made lists of everybody that I could talk to. And, I wasn't thrilled about talking to people and, hounding people. I'm not that way. But it was, what? I really want to make this goal. I really wanted to make this goal. And I knew that I could do it. I looked at myself in the mirror and said, I know I can do this. And when you just kind of, when people believe in you, you want to be able to reach that, and so I just, I made my lists. I made sure that I talked to the people who I had on my list, and then I added 3 more. And then all of a sudden, everybody started coming back to me and saying, yes, I want to do it now. And so it was like left and right. It wasn't easy at all. I was exhausted, but I just kept going and kept pushing. And, I kept looking at watching the cycles go up to the next one. And like you said, I had never gone past 2. I mean, in 4 months, I hadn't gone past 2. And then when it got to 5, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. This is amazing. And then I believed that I actually could possibly get to 10. Because before I thought, like you had said, you push yourself. I'm thinking, well, I'm pushing myself to 5 because I've never been past 2, but going to 10. All right, well, maybe I'll end up around 8, but then it just kept going. And then that fires you up even more. So then I started calling all my customers, not texting them, but calling them and just giving a quick little, voice, message or phone call, and just said, do you mind ordering just a couple days early? And everybody said, sure. I'm going for this massive, crazy goal. And, they can sense your excitement. And so they just want to help. It was great. People really do want to help if you ask
People
them.
do want to help. You're amazing. Okay, last question for you. How many network marketing companies have you been in before Isogenics?
7 or 8.
Guys,
But
at our launch
don't
party
ask
night,
me
she
to
said that.
name
She's like,
them.
I've been in 7 companies. I was like, what? What's the most you've ever made in one of them?
$650 in 1 month.
$650 in a month. That's the most she ever made. Do you know what you made last night?
It was about 1,900, wasn't it?
Are you freaking kidding me? Like, that's amazing. So I'm like adding up the math, and I text her. I was like, just out of curiosity, how many massages is that? Right? Like, that's the way I love to do this business. I'm so proud of you. You're incredible. You guys put a freaking 1 in the chat for Miss Sheila, because she's amazing. So I'm going to introduce to you her little sister, Kathy Durnick. Their last name, she always says, we don't believe in vowels. That's how I learned to say her last name. But I want to give you just a teeny bit of backstory on Kathy. So she also was an enroller. Like, I would see these kind of coming in. I was like, who is this girl? And Emily's like, she's so busy, I can't track her down. And I was trying to do a call with them and help them. Emily's like, she's got to see the money. She works so hard. She works all these jobs. And I'm like, well, then get us on a call. And it was like, pulling teeth to set up this call. So we finally get it scheduled, and it's on a Friday night. And I only remember this, it was my birthday weekend. And I was like out of town, and Emily's like, can you please do this? And I was like, whatever, if this lady's going to get on the call with us, we'll make it happen. I'm telling my husband, it's got me out of town on vacation. I'm doing this call with this woman. And right before, she almost doesn't get on. Right. And Emily's like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, she's not getting on. She's tired. Apparently she needs to sleep. And I really don't know much about her. I know she works a lot, so I want to be empathetic. But in my terse way, if Jessica Rigner, you heard my little terse way, I was like, lady, I love you, but you have 5 of us that just committed to being on this call on a Friday night. So, we appreciate your time. I'd like it if you appreciated ours, if you get on, cool. And if not, this probably isn't for you, type of thing. Well, she got on the call. What I thought was going to be 20 minutes was about an hour and a half. We all were in tears. And she, since then, has just friggin' busted out of the doors. Like, when she saw what she had a hold of, she saw the compensation plan, she knew what it could do for you. And so I tell you that story because we had to get to her why. The second thing is, you have to show people the money. I do not care how hard it is sometimes to do it, do not stop at just getting your products for free. People will not get into massive action. They're not going to set their alarm an hour earlier when they're already not sleeping to get their products for free. They have to see the financial freedom behind this. So Miss Kathy, I would love for you to pop out, and I'm being a little vague on purpose. Will you just tell us about what happened to you during COVID and why you are building this business the way you're building this business right now?
Okay. Hi, everybody. It's really great to see you all and meet you all. And I just wanted to say thanks for letting me share. Well, during COVID, I teach dance, gymnastics, and do healthcare stuff. But clearly, as everybody knew, when COVID hit, they pretty much shut everything down. And I was probably one of the first people to get COVID in the second month. Well, actually, like 2 weeks after they closed everything down, both my husband and I got it. And it was a month of horror, just being so sick. But not only that, I lost my jobs, all of them, every one of them. And so I'm just like thinking, what are we gonna do? Thank God my husband didn't lose his job, but I just didn't know what to do, because even being in healthcare, you know, you've got to have an in somewhere pretty much to be able to work. I'm not a nurse, so that's not a, you know, something I needed to do right away. But long story short, I had no jobs. And then when I went ahead and was able to come back to work, once I did Zoom, they figured out how to do it. I was too sick because I couldn't like breathe. So I had to figure out something else to do. But I was taking contract jobs from temporary agencies, whatever I could come up with. My teaching job, I changed to a different studio, and the hours weren't there because parents were too scared once we opened things up to bring their kids back. And then fast forward to just me picking up 3 to 4, actually back then, Lauren, I had 4 jobs. I had 2 contracts with one and 2 contracts with 2 other temps. So I had 4 contracts, and you didn't know when they were going to end. It was just like, one of them said, okay, tomorrow all your shifts are gone. We're no longer doing this.
Okay, so when we chatted 2 months ago, how many jobs were you working?
When we chatted, before I met you, I was doing 4. I went down to 3
4
because
jobs,
one
4 jobs, you guys.
canceled
One of
itself
them is
outside.
overnight. How many hours a day are you sleeping right now, Kathy?
3.
3 hours.
Maybe
You
4.
guys,
That's
when you
why
talk about people are looking for this, 3 to 4 hours a day. All right. So we found out how much she has to make a week and a month to be able to get out of that overnight job and be able to do this. And we drew out the compensation plan for you. So I would like for you to, number one, tell us, what the heck did you do last week? How did you do this? You guys, she had 2 consultants and it also only cycled 1 or 2 times before. Last night she was 6 in the back office and she went crystal director. You guys, you have a few months to do that. She's doing this in like record time because she's like, wait, I can earn in the manager pools and the director pools. So what did you do? How did you do it?
Well, my why changed a little bit. So we have an issue with my son's a medical issue. And so I had his picture in front of me. And I just said, I have to do it. I have to do something because you want to take care of your kids, your family. Family comes first. And so I'm like, you know what? This is what has to happen. And somehow it's going to happen. And, you know, I have to be the mom. I have to be the provider, the support. I have to figure out what to do. And so like my sister said, I just started writing down people. I went back on my Facebook Messenger posts and anybody that accepted my VIP invites, I went back and I talked to them again. And I talked to a few people that they're very good friends. They danced with me for 20 years when I owned my studio. And I hadn't talked to them in a while. I said, hey, how are you doing? Like, what are you doing with your life? And they would tell me. And that's how I got like 2 last minute ones, because they said, what are you doing? And then they said, I saw your photo shoot. And that was a great opening because they saw what I was doing on Facebook. And I hadn't spoken to them, but it was like I had spoken to them in years, you know, and just opening that door as to asking them what they're doing and how are they. But also the one thing I have to say is, just besides putting my son's picture in front of me because my why changed, besides trying to get rid of the jobs, I want to tell you that it was like, okay, also like my sister said, I want to do this for my family. Like I want to be able to help my family have their goals, meet their goals, you know. And when one of my best buds, Charlene, was like, I want to do this. I want to do the collagen. And she was like, I want to get it paid for. I mean, we met together on Saturday showed her what she needed to do. And then I really wanted Lauren, I really, was gung ho and wanting to see Lauren move forward and Em do her thing again. And you just want the best. Like I love helping and nurturing people, helping show them. I don't talk about selling. It's about sharing. It's like about sharing and helping others. It's about being there for other people. And like someone said to me, well, you're just selling, you're trying to sell. I said, no, I'm not. No, it's not selling. I wish somebody would have told me in January, because I wasted my money on so much collagen and I threw away the powders and they weren't really doing anything, but I know I needed collagen. So I was going to figure out no matter what, how I was going to get it. And then when Sheila told me, then she just drove to my house and said, taste this, and I did. And from there on out, after the meeting with you guys, I looked at it and I'm like, okay, I don't know how, but you guys just tell me what I need to do. You show me. I'm a visual person. And that I'm noticing a lot of my friends that I'm reaching out to are visual. And some of them are okay text, but if you reach out to them and they say that they need a visual, then you need to provide that, and you need to get on that 3-way text and see if Lauren and Em and your other people will get on just for a little bit, just a 10-minute or 15-minute, because sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes it's longer. But when I have a vision and I have a why, like I had.
Get the heck out of your way, right? You guys, she's amazing. Give her some love in the chat. She and Emily and I both in tears last night. You guys, after all these rank advancements, we got on a Zoom. We all had a glass of wine together to celebrate. But Kathy sent Emily and I a sweet, sweet message. I mean, literally that she had dropped to her knees, like thanking God for this opportunity. Was like, what would I have done? And that she didn't know these 2 young girls were going to be bossing around like mad, but we just knew if she would trust us and what would happen, that she would get there. And this literally is changing her life. And I will just, before I introduce Emily, tell you that this is what makes this business so worth it. I was going for a huge goal, you guys. I was talking to Laurie about how many people that had diarrhea 2 years ago. We like resurfaced that conversation, people that were like, I stopped ordering for a reason, that unfriended us, that blocked us, that whatever. And it's like, we're trying to reach all these people. And then you hear this one story and it's like, that's why we do what we do. And we really should never, ever, ever minimize the impact of what one story can do to change thousands and thousands of others. So Kathy, you're amazing. You guys, I'm going to bring out Miss Emily Sutherland. You guys, she is right now one of the top income earners in Start. She has become a 6-figure income earner in 1 year. You guys, she has hit every single rank advancement plus some. She's crushing the leadership pools. She's amazing. And I am blown away with her leadership. It's one thing in this business to be able to recruit, but to be able to duplicate, to be able to get to their whys, to be able to do contests, to be able to communicate, promos, all the calls, whatever it may be. I mean, she blows my freaking mind, and she's pregnant and she has a little baby. And it's like, just get the excuses out of the way because I'm on a freaking mission. So Emily, I would love for you to just chat a little bit on how you drive your team, how you get everyone working together, how you knew that for you to hit 40 cycles, how that whole boat had to be rising at the same time with the volume, what you're doing with all of these text threads. I mean, it's gold, and so many people can learn from you right now.
Thank you, Lauren. I'm massively blessed to be on this call, and I'm massively blessed to be exactly where I'm at right now. And really, it's all about the duplication. You taught me how to do all this. So number one, I declared it. Even though I was setting a slightly less ostentatious goal of 2-star and hitting that again, you were like, no, we're doing this. Let's go 3. So of course I did. And I believed. So 3-star, here I come. I wrote it everywhere. I put sticky notes everywhere. And I knew that it would most definitely have to come a lot of rising with the tide. Everybody had to be committed. So first and foremost, I made sure that I got my entire team on a call. And I said, look, this is what I'm going for. This is what Lauren's going for. This is what you're going for. I mean, we drew it out and we showed them how this was going to map it out. And especially knowing that they were going to hit their goals gave me that much more fire to go. Like I wasn't going to let up, because anything I could do to make these ridiculously hard working women hit their goals, that was my drive. And really, the biggest thing is about being massively consistent and showing up. I was put on so many text threads this week. It was insane. I mean, seriously, I was like, wait, and it was just a lot, but I'm not complaining at all because I knew how hard and how dedicated everyone was to hustling, and it would get them that closer. So the text threads are gold. Use them. They're third-party validation right there at your fingertips. And you can word it in so many different ways, but bottom line, don't forget to do them. If you're a 6-star, if you're a 2-star, if you're just barely a consultant, it doesn't matter. Do it. Because it just, it helps your business a lot. And really making sure that they were plugging into the work it calls is like, if you want to make this goal work, I need you to plug in the work it calls. I need you to work on your business. I need you to make sure you're doing your posts just as much as I was doing my posts as much as I possibly could. It's about being consistent. It's showing up. It's doing those reach outs. And I mean, yeah, I don't know how many text threads Lauren was on, because I know I was on a ton, but oof, I'm like, how you keep your fire up is beyond me, because I put her on a lot of text threads, so many. And then not only that, is this week we even had a live event, and so there was a lot going on all at the exact same time. That I can't expect for my team to do live events. I can't expect for my team to do 3-way calls. I can't expect for them to do anything unless I'm doing it. And yeah, I'm going to push myself. Yes, I'm going to keep driving the line, because here's the thing is if I never hit 3-star, then sure, that would kind of suck. But at the same time, I know that it's still going to build my business. I know that then I'm going to have that many more people, because if we drive that hard, okay, then my cycles would be cycling at maybe 5 cycles more often, 2 cycles more often, name it. And that is the difference. And that's where we're all looking at the residual, to have a residual income, to have the capability of, when this little baby decides to pop into this world, I have a minute to step away, because I'm teaching really what Lauren has taught me and everyone else in this team has taught me. The duplication is huge. I forgot what I've listened to 1,000 books. The biggest thing that they have said over and over and over is, when you look at rich, amazing people, what are they doing? Duplicate it. And really, this is what you do. If you want to have the wealth, if you want to have the time freedom, if you want to be able to travel with your family, then look at those people who are able to do that and surround yourself with them, because there's a reason they're successful. Duplicate it.
Well, you guys are amazing. And I will just tell you that this girl works her tail off. I mean, you do not get to a 6-figure income earner by luck. I get up early and I stay up late, and Emily is usually up before me, and she's usually up after me, sending messages, doing her follow-ups, and she has created really good systems. Like, she knows that she cannot message people at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, right? That seems weird. So she does a lot of recognition during then, or she listens to training during then, and she makes herself available. And some of that flexibility is aided in her success. I mean, I think we all want to have these ideal times to work this business, but she's working with all these people that have different hours, and they'll be like, hey, can you get on this call? And the times that she really, really honors is like bedtime and dinner with her baby and her husband. Other than that, she's available. You know, I mean, she literally has changed a diaper and been on a call. She's walking her dog. The other day, she locked herself out of the house, and she's pregnant and on the roof trying to get in her house before this event. I'm like, can we not ever do that again? Like, there's got to be another way. But she's showing everybody and teaching her team how to do text threads, teaching them the importance of the calls, teaching them the importance of recognition, teaching them how to, give incentives back. And that duplication is why you have just a team on fire. And it is true. That's the best part, is that you will be able to give yourself a maternity leave, and you have people that can take the reins from you. And it's amazing. So, the last teeny bit that I want to bring out was one other person. And Charlene, I don't know if you saw my message, but I asked if you could type in the chat, or Emily, if you have it, the message that Charlene was sending on how to set up a group text. I think a lot of us get really weird on, why am I introducing a third person? Like, why are they getting to meet this person they don't even know? But you're going to hear it over and over and over, whether you call them text threads or ATMs, how important that is to see someone else's story, to hear someone else's voice, to be able to have a new person lean on someone who's more experienced, to overcome objections, whatever that may be. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how skilled you are in this business, you're always doing them. Like Jessica is still doing them with people. Ann and Holly are still doing them. You know, Erica's still doing them. Erica puts me in threads. I put Erica in threads. Like we are all doing this. So it has nothing to do with like ego, but it allows new people to learn. And it also allows everybody to see the culture, see the community right away. So that thread, you guys copy and paste that and send that to yourself. If you're on a phone, copy and paste that. If you are on the computer, send that to yourself in Facebook Messenger, wherever you're going to have it. That was amazing. I did not write that. I wish I could take credit for that, but I saw that and I was like, why are we not teaching every single person about that? Both of our teams have a VIP page. That is brilliant. And I will just tell you where it says in here, I'm introducing you to Emily, who's a nutritionist. You can edit that. I'm introducing you to my friend Ann, who has this amazing little boutique. It's just edification and why they know each other. I'm introducing you to my friend Carrie, who's been with the company a little bit longer. I'm introducing you to my friend Jennie. You know, she's helped so many people. Like you can edit that one little part, but otherwise this is such an amazing template on how to set up your text threads. So the last gal that I want to bring out is Miss Laurie. And she pushed for a big, huge, audacious goal with me, you guys. I mean, literally trying to double her business. And we did not hit them, but we were in tears last night on the Zoom celebrating everyone. And Laura, I would love for you to just kind of chat about like, what did you see? You know, what advice would you tell for other people that are really getting their teams to run together? I love the advice that you gave them at the end of our little celebratory call last night. I'd love to just bring you out and let them hear from you as well.
It is so fun to get a group of people, a team of people together and run together. I mean, it is absolutely the most fun. There are times in this business where you might feel like you're alone, you know, and when you're in a group of people running together, you don't feel alone at all. You know, you might be down, the next person's up. Come on, you can do it. Like just that whole team mentality and spirit and fun and love and encouragement. It was amazing. And we've done these in the past and they're always awesome. I think there's a couple of things that are so important is, and everybody's kind of mentioned it. Maybe I'm just summarizing it and then going forward. Most of us who are just getting started in this or haven't done a whole lot with this, either we haven't put the time in yet or we're brand new, don't have the belief that it's possible. Lean into us. We believe in you. And if you trust us, we'll show you the way. I mean, every single woman who spoke tonight didn't really believe it was possible, and we built their belief. So lean in, it's there. Consistency. You guys, this business is painful when you're in and you're out and you're in and you're out. I'm going to work today, but I'm not going to work for 2 weeks and then I'm back. Consistency is the key. So whether you are part of our push week or, you know, you're doing something else with your group, the consistency of building this business is what's going to grow your business. So if you had your foot on the gas and we were going 100 miles an hour last week, you might want to ease up to 65, get back to the speed limit, but stay consistent, right? It is so important that you're still sharing on social media. You're still consistently reaching out to people, following up with people. Get on whatever your team or group is doing for work it calls. There's no better way to learn this business and stay in action than to be on those work it calls. And above all else, be coachable. Whoever's coaching you is going to push you out of your comfort zone. And like every single cliche and meme you see, that's where the growth is. That's where the good, juicy stuff happens, right outside your comfort zone. So if you're not getting on work at calls, or you're not tying into people, or you're not being coachable, the growth's not going to happen. But if you are, it might be uncomfortable. It might be a little messy. It might not feel so great, but I promise you the good, the great, the amazing is all on the other side of that. And we are all here to love on you, support you, encourage you, cheer you on, and have you accomplish whatever goals you're setting for yourself, and maybe even push you to accomplish a little bit more than you believe is possible. And know why you're doing this. I know we just had another call about this, but every single lady that spoke tonight had a reason why they were doing it, right? They knew why, and we knew why. And so together, you know, knowing, you know, who was trying to pay off a medical bill, knowing, you know, who needed need some relief from working 4 jobs. Know your people's why. Know why they're doing this, because that's going to help you help them. If you don't ever ask them why they're doing this, they're going to disappear. So the why piece of this is so important. Was that everything you wanted me to touch on that we talked about last night, Lauren?
Yeah, no, you're great. You guys are all great. I'm gonna wrap up our call here with no, I lost my train of thought for what I was going to say to you. Just that, these push weeks, they don't happen every single week. When Erica and Ann and Holly, and Jess, you guys did one earlier in the spring, like our team wasn't there, and you have to get that alignment. I mean, you can say it like, we're going to go for it, and when people are traveling at different times or they're just not that committed or whatever, I mean, you really kind of have to map that out. But we had been talking about this before Celebration, like we knew that at Celebration, I was going to be able to sit down and map out people's businesses. I mean, this wasn't like an afterthought, and it gave us time to get our families on board. It gave us time to be like, block off the schedules. I mean, we all going to Celebration knew coming out of it, it was going to be messy. I mean, I literally told my husband coming back from Vail, I was like, I'll see you in a week. And like, he's never seen me work like that. Truthfully, he like looked at me and I was like, I'm not making dinner. Like, I'm not like, you have no idea what this is going to take. And last night, he sat there and he was like, that was crazy. And like, I'm like, what's 400? What's 300? What's that divided by 11? And I'm like doing the math, you guys, and the amount of people that we're promoting with Ghost Cycles. And at the last minute, and I know Jessica Rigner and Erica Rothenberger, I know that you guys get that, what that feels like, and just trying to do it. And it is mental fatigue, it's physical energy, but there is like this high. I was like up to 1 o'clock in the morning because you know what you're doing for people. And if you can get there, then you can get to the next level. And so what I wanted to leave you with is who watched any of the Hall of Fame? Are any of you guys football people? And if you're not, don't worry about it. But any of you watched the Hall of Fame inductions yesterday or the day before? So I sat pretty much on my sofa, not in my office, sending out all these messages and just doing ATMs. And Ryan was watching it. And I, for the most part, wasn't paying attention to any of it. Like every once in a while I'd look up and I recognized someone I knew, or I was obviously, watched the Peyton Manning one because he's here and I love him. But I started listening to Jimmy Johnson. Do you guys know who Jimmy Johnson is? He's the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, former head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And right away, he caught my attention. He was like a little bit of a spaz in the beginning, but he said something. And I went back and I found this on YouTube last night, and I've listened to it twice today because it like resounded with every cell in my body. And so I'm going to read this to you because I want you to hear it, because I'm not sure with Zoom that you're going to be able to hear this. And I'm going to play this little clip for you guys. And then in case the recording is quiet or whatever, you're not able to hear through my phone up to the Zoom, I will send this link out to my team, and I'll make sure it gets to Jessica and Ann and Holly and Erica so they can get it to all of you guys, because I want you to listen to this, okay? But in the middle, towards the end of the speech, it's 9.5 minutes long. So this is right around the 7:15 mark. If you look it up, Jimmy Johnson, full Hall of Fame speech 2021. Okay, you can find it on YouTube. It's right at like the 7:18 mark is where it starts. But he says, dreaming is hoping. So he talks about how he never called himself a dreamer. He never was one to dream, because he said, dreaming is hoping. He said, you have to believe. And he has this whole piece about how important it is to believe in people. And he said, no one ever thought you could win a Super Bowl when you're 1-15 in the season. And that's where that came from. And he's telling the stories of how he wanted all of his players to finish their degrees, to go back and get like high school diplomas if they didn't have them. And it was like, you can't just rely on football. And people said they have all this money, they have all these contracts, you're never going to get these NFL players to go back and get their degrees. And he's talking about the number of people that he was able to go get these degrees or were able to do different things. And he said it wasn't about dreaming, it wasn't about hoping, it wasn't just like, oh, that'd be amazing if that happened. He said it's about belief. And this is the line that I want to leave you with. And it literally, like, I could cry right now. I was crying last night because I'm so emotional about these women. But this is what we get to do as leaders, okay? It says, if you treat people as they are, they'll stay as they are. But if you treat people on what they could be and who they should be, they will become who they could be and who they should be. And so I'll say it to you one more time, and I'm gonna play this at the very end because that gives me goosebumps every time. It says, if you treat people as they are, they will stay as they are. But belief changes the way you act. It changes what you expect of people. It changes of what they expect for themselves. And so if you treat people what they could be and what they should be, they will become what they can be and what they should be. So I'm going to try and play this, and if not, I'll send it to you guys. And please, for all of our speakers tonight, Laura, Kathy, M, Sheila, Jessica, and you're amazing. I'm so proud of you guys, and I do want to play this for you, and I hope that you can hear it.
Every coach, I tried to make it better. And I never really dreamed. I wasn't a dreamer. Dream is hoping. I believe. I really believe. So city kids, and they were going to get an education. Say that you were going to get them a college degree, because that's what I talked about. I believe they were, and I may tell you, 90% of them got their college degree, and that's what I was proud of. What made you think that you're going to win a Super Bowl when you were 1-15? I didn't dream about it. I believed that we were going to win a Super Bowl. When you believe it, I think it has something the way you act and how you deal with people. Your expectation, and you put expectations on them. You treat a person as he is, he's going to stay as he is. Treat a person as if he were what he could be and should be. He'll become what he could be and should be. I didn't dream. I believe we were going to do it.
So I love that. Hopefully you guys can hear that, and I'll send it to you. But I would just encourage you to pick one person right now. Pick one person in your team that you believe can be great, and give them everything you have. Like Jennie believed Jess and I could be great. I remember telling Jess, and I was like, this woman's nuts. Like, why does she speak things into us like we're going to be millionaires, that we're going to leave our jobs? I mean, she believed it, and she created a different life for us because she got us to believe it. So I want you to pick one person, just one, and put them underneath your wing and believe so hard in them so they become the person that they should be. You guys are amazing. Have a good night. Love you all so much.